All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. Salutations to Allah, my dear pushing the truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners, all right? I'm the brother Shamar Moff from Great Millstone, Miami. Also from the camp of Great Millstone, Southwest Florida, out in the Fort Myers area, coming to your Akim or Akwath with another quick lesson. And Lord's will this lesson be quick, edifying, straight to the point, and serves as a rebuke, reproof, and correction. Also an exhortation and a comfort, all right, to the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indies, and the speckled birds, which are those who may look like the other nations, but the royal spirit and royal blood of it, Yasharallah, is flowing within those bodies. All right, those are the true children of Israel. All right, and the title of this lesson is going to be, Have You Not Heard What the Lord Said? Okay, and this lesson came to mind earlier while I was meditating and watching the Apostle Ari Amlav's lesson, and he was going into how the secrets are revealed, okay, and who they are revealed unto, all right, which we understand and know very well that Yahweh Shai's sacrifice was very necessary for us in these latter days, in these times that we're in now, because without Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, this understanding that we have, all right, the secrets that we know now, all right, would not be revealed unto us, okay, because the Lord had sealed the understanding of the visions and the oracles that the prophets of old received, all right, and Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, not only did his blood cover us, but it also he was able to loose the seals, man, and that's how we understand what we know today through the Holy Spirit, okay? And with that being said, a lot of people claim that they know God. A lot of Christians say God talk with me and God knows my heart and all this, but yet, all right, they seem very ignorant, okay, to the prophecies, man, okay, which the scriptures clearly tell us, all right, that the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. All right, so if an individual is not prophesying, okay, or if they're not prophesying, that means what? They're not coming in the true spirit of the only begotten Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, now we understand and we know that we are at the end, man. So, lucky brothers, these are the final days. Okay, and we are at any moment basis. And the reason why we can clearly say that is because the scriptures tell us that this gospel, all right, gospel, let's get that this gospel should be preached in all the world, all right, and then shall the end come. This is the book of Matthew 24, and verse 14, it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And guess what? The word has been preached to to all the world, throughout all the world. Okay, as the scriptures tell us, all right, their lines have gone out throughout the world. Okay, let's get that. All right, this is Psalms 19:4. Matter of fact, I start at verse 1. Psalms 19:1, it says, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out throughout all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. And how are the words of the Lord, all right, being preached, okay, throughout the earth? Well, it's via the prophets, man. All right, it's via the prophets. All right, the prophets are the Lord's mouthpiece. All right, the Lord uses his prophets, okay, to speak on his behalf. All right, that's why when we read scriptures, it says like Isaiah 19, the burden of. Matter of fact, let's get it real quick, because that's something the Lord has said, man, and that's how we understand and know that that this kingdom is at the end, man. The Lord has sent his prophets out, man. All right, the prophets have risen in the latter days. All right, and we're standing on our feet, and we're declaring and proclaiming. All right, first of all, we're proclaiming victory over the beast. All right, and over sin already, because Yahushua had already conquered that. But we're also declaring, all right, and also proclaiming that Esau Edom is at his last end. All right, and that victory will be granted to the elect of the nation of Israel, man. Salvation is at hand. Okay, but Isaiah 13, it says the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. All right, that burden of Babylon that Isaiah the son of Amos did see, that was a vision, an oracle, okay, a prophetic message that the Lord had given to Isaiah, okay, and Isaiah wrote down what the Lord seen. What the Lord showed him, I should say. Now let's read some of this. Verse 2, it says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go down into the gates of the noble. All right, and that's what we're doing, man. All right, we're lifting up. All right, we're lifting up a banner. All right, out here, okay, and that banner is His truth, is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, we're lifting that up, okay. All right. Upon the high mountains, hey, we go on the highways and hedges. All right. We shaking the hand. All right. We talking. You know, that's when we tell somebody off. We telling Esau off. We telling those the wicked shadow government off. Telling them that their plan won't be successful. All right. Although everything is in place. All right, it's supposed to be like that, man. That's, you know, the scriptures tell us while they are yet eating, that's when the Lord is gonna come and rain down on their parade. Okay, so they have that mindset. All right, the wicked elite, that is, the self-proclaimed white man, they have the mindset. All right, that they're gonna continue forever, man. They're gonna establish this new world order. Okay. They're going to micro-C-hip, all right, the masses, and those that are not micro-C-hipped, well, you're going to be completely cut out of their society, all right? They have that fully embedded in their mind that they will do. So the scriptures tell us, well, why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing, all right? Okay, you can actually see their work being done, man, all right? China has already mass manufactured the C-hip, okay, Neuralink, Elon Musk Neuralink. There was I seen earlier, there was a little news clip stating that they that they've been implanting prisoners, man, all right, and that they will continue to implant prisoners as a means to test for a test and to have 24-hour surveillance, all right, on those those prisoners, to see everything that they do And we also know that technology will be able to, with them integrating AI into it, it'll give them the ability and the power, all right, to be able to, tap into people's thoughts. So they'll be able to read those prisoners' minds, see if they, still on that BS. That's what Esau claims he wants, man, to be able to re-educate and thwart future crimes, man. Palantir and all these other, companies, all right, are on board with it. All right, so we see this, man. Okay, and that's something the Lord said that would happen, man. All right, but so like I kind of went off topic, but going back to this Isaiah the 3rd chapter, so like a 13th chapter in verse 2. All right, it says, I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, and the tumultuous noise of the kingdom of the nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host to the battle. All right, and that's, the Lord said he would do that, and we've actually witnessed this happening, man, and taking place. Okay, that's how you know we at the end. The Lord said it would happen. The Lord loosed the seals. We got the understanding. Starting with the apostles, the elders, and bishops on down. We went out on the highways and byways, and we proclaimed this, man. And now, guess what? Now we're seeing it, man. We're seeing, these nations gather in that region for the war. All right, I believe it was this morning or yesterday. All right, Iran completely shut their airspace. So that means there's about to be, like the big bro Samark said, man, there's about to be missiles flying soon. Okay. Verse 5, it says, they come from a far country, from the ends of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Because the reason why the Lord is gathering all these nations into that region is so that he could judge them, all right, in the valley of Jehoshaphat, all right, for what? For the wickedness that they've, took on to themselves, and most importantly, for how they've dealt with us, man, all right, the Israelites, okay, and how is the Lord going to eliminate these nations and eliminate wickedness? All right, it's going to be via thermonuclear war, man. All right, that's what the Lord speaks. That's what the Lord says, man. All right, World War III is coming, okay? The mark of the beast is coming. It's here, damn near. World War III is damn near here, too. They just haven't declared it, all right? All right. Verse 6, it says, how ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty, right? The day of the Lord is at hand. Okay, it's not afar off, as some people would say. Okay, it's close. It's very close. All right, the love of people wax cold, just like we opened up. All right, the message has been preached throughout the four corners. All right, so we're here, man. All right, it's a matter of what Black Swan event is going to kick it off at this point. Okay. All right. Verse 7, it says, therefore shall the hands be faint, shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed, every one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Verse 9, behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. And what land is that the Lord is going to completely obliterate off the face of the map? All right, that land is America, man, aka Babylon. All right, America is going to be completely and utterly destroyed. Okay, let's go to Isaiah 34 to prove that. All right, the scriptures say that ain't gonna be nothing here but desert, dwelling creatures, man. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and I start at one that says, "Come near, ye nations, to hearken." I'm still like, "Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein." All right, again, this is another message that's coming from the Lord. All right, so to you Christians and to you other Israelites, have you not heard this message before, man? All right, do you not hear what the Lord is saying? All right, the Lord is about to bring heavy judgment upon this place. Okay, and before the nukes, all right, there's going to be a famine that's going to take hold of the land. All right, pestilence and plagues are going to reign through. Sedition is going to be out here at an all-time high. We'll get that in 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right, there's going to be wars, man. Women crying, babies crying, old people crying, no food, no water. All right, the cities are going to be completely empty. Okay, this is what the Lord has said he's going to do to the earth, to the inhabitants of the earth, man, for their wickedness. Okay, back to Isaiah 14, so like 34 and 1 again. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken. Ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter." All right. So the Lord, his indignation, all right, is going to be upon all nations, man. The Lord is going to bring a heavy judgment. This war is going to be, it's going to top World War I and World War II. All right, with the amount of bloodshed, with the amount of death. Remember, the scriptures tell us that the slain of the Lord in that day, matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that real quick. All right. Jeremiah 25 and 33 says, "And the slain of the Lord Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground." Okay, so in that day, man, the amount of bodies that's going to stack is going to be astronomical, man. Okay, that's why it's going to be such a utter destruction, man. Okay, verse 3, it says, Isaiah 34 and 3, it says, "Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll." And how is that going to happen? It's going to happen via thermonuclear war, man. All right, that's that mushroom cloud. Okay, when a nuclear bomb goes off, boom. Okay, and that shock wave, that plume goes up into the skies. That nuclear cloud. Okay, it rolls into itself like a scroll, man. All right, it says, "And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree. For the sword," for Salakia, verse 5, it says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven." All right, and the sword of the Lord, again, are those ICBM nukes. Okay, the scriptures say that what? He created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. All right, that nuclear technology, that's the technology of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, and he bestowed that that formula. All right, the ability for man to split the atoms and enrich uranium. He gave that wisdom, to Esau, Edom. All right, and the heathen, only for them to destroy themselves with it, man. Okay, it says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment." Who is Idumea? All right, Idumea is whom we know today as the self-proclaimed white man. All right, and where is his hub? Where is his base? All right, over here in America, and over here and over there in our land, man. Israel. All right, Israel is gonna get struck by ICBMs as well, man. All right, places like Israel, certain parts of Europe. All right, and America, but America is going to be completely and utterly obliterated. All right, never to be dwelt. All right, and to be inhabited ever again. Verse 6, it says, "The sword of the Lord Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Bozrah." Bozrah is their capital town, their capital city. Okay, which is America. America is the front. All right, it's the front country for the New World Order. Okay. It says, "And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion." All right, "And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched day nor night. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness," because nobody's going to be able to tell where anything was when the Lord is done with America, man. Okay, verse 12, "They shall call the nobles thereof to the verse 12, it says, "They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. And thorns shall come up in her palaces, needles and brimbles in the fortresses thereof. And it shall be an inhabitant of dragons, and a court for owls. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the islands, and the satyr shall cry to his fellow. The screech owl also shall rest there, and find for herself a place of rest. There shall the great owl make her nest, and lay and hatch and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate." All right, and that's the point of that chapter right there. The Lord is going to completely wipe out this land. That's what the Lord is saying, man. All right, so we just if you didn't know, all right, if this is your first time, if you've been living under a rock, all right, we've just discovered via the word that the Lord intends on judging all the nations, all right, in the Middle East, or what they call the Middle East, I should say. All right, yeah, we also We also see that the Lord had said that he's going to completely wipe out Babylon, man. Okay? All right? Or the land of Idumea in Isaiah the 34th chapter. All right, let's go to 2 Ezra 15, because I had mentioned it, right? Because I had mentioned that what? The Lord also had said that he was going to bring, pestilence and plagues and judgments upon this place, right? I'm going to get 2 Ezra 15 and also 2 Ezra 16. But this is the book of 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter. And I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." That's what the Lord said he will bring, man. All right, so again, it makes me wonder, what are these Christians reading? Okay, what are these other Israelite groups reading? Especially the ones who say, times of trouble won't come, Jacob's trouble won't happen. All right, there won't be a famine. There's people that say there won't be a famine, man. And these people are some people that claim they believe in God as well. I don't understand. The Lord clearly said he's going to send a famine. So where are they getting their info from? Where are they getting their intel? It's bad intel, man. All right, you know what happens when you have bad intel? It causes you to die. So a lot of these people are going to die because why? Either they come up with their own scenarios of what they expect God to do for them or to do to the world, or they're completely blinded and cannot receive the truth, which a lot of them, even with their own mind of thinking that, they have their own expectations, that's them being blinded in itself as well, man. Okay? But why is the Lord going to send plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction? Salakia. Well, it's because of verse 6. "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." All right, the whole world lieth in wickedness, man. Okay, everything is wicked in this place. There is no righteousness in this bitch at all, man. All right, and the powers to be do not intend to establish any form of righteousness at all. Matter of fact, when this NWO that they seek to to establish on the earth, all right, wickedness will be the new religion, man. All right, as they say, AI is going to be their god, is going to be the new idol. They say we don't what they've opened their mouths and on panels and said that we don't need God. Well, they said they don't need God. All right, they could anger God and make their own rain. All right, the human body has become a hackable device. Okay, where they seek to work miracles to make the paraplegics walk again. Okay, all in hopes of being able to control the masses and force everyone to do what, man? Completely dive in head first, all right, in pure wickedness, as if they haven't already influenced the whole earth with their wicked ways already. They trying to make the man, woman, and child fully commit, man. That shit mad. We need salvation, man. We need help. All right, this nigga need to get taken out of the way. Okay, let me jump down to verse 14. All right, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." That sounds like what? That sounds like civil unrest. That sounds like infighting, man. Whereas the scriptures tell us in Isaiah the 19th chapter, Egyptian against Egyptian, kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation, man. All right, that is actually on the horizon, man. Whether you believe it or not, the Lord has declared that this is going to happen, and we can clearly see that, man. Look at what just happened with this Carmelo Anthony situation. All right, That shit is, it looks like it's about to be one of the turning points, okay, to usher in civil war, okay, or a race war against, the Judites, okay, and the Edomites, man. All right, verse 16, and also what you got, the left and the right. You got Esau's house divided. All right, hey, the scriptures tell us the times that we're about to enter into is going to be so bad that it's going to be like no other time before. It's going to be real bad out here, man. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, meaning that what? No one's going to care about any authoritative figure in that day. All right, it's going to be all man. It's going to be a free for all, man. Every man for himself. Okay. Verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, the streets are going to be completely shut down. Bridges are going to be blown up. All right. It seems like people have forgotten about how, the gas prices had went up recently, how we were in the energy crisis. Well, pretty soon ain't gonna be no electricity. So anybody riding EVs, that shit gonna be out the way. Okay, ain't gonna be no more petrol nor diesel. So ain't gonna be no driving, ain't gonna be no flying. All right, ain't gonna be no ships moving back and forth. Okay, a lot of people are gonna be corralled into concentration camps. Okay, the streets are gonna be empty. The scriptures tell us that it's gonna be so the streets are gonna be so empty that people are gonna desire to see one another, man. All right, let's see if we get that 10. Let's get that real quick. All right, and that's in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. We saw Quest. I was gonna get it later, but I'll get this and go back to 2nd Ezra 15 and come back here. It's all cool. All right, but 2nd Ezra 16 and verse. Matter of fact, yeah, 2nd Ezra 16, and just get straight to the point. Verse 24, it says, there shall be no man left to till the earth. Matter of fact, let's start up. It says, verse 22. All right, it says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. Again, this is the message that the Lord is sending us, man. This is what the Lord said he will be doing, and he's going to allow to happen. Okay, 2nd Ezra 16:22, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and two of, so like it says, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. All right, so there it is, man. Okay, it's gonna be so bad out here. The city's gonna be so shut in that and emptied. All right, that men are gonna desire to see one another. All right, because why? Either it's gonna be a whole bunch of dead bodies. All right, a whole bunch of people already carted off overseas for war. Okay, a whole bunch of people in concentration camps. All right, and the ones that are left out there, they're gonna be hiding in the groves. All right, in rural areas. It's gonna be those hiding in mountain ranges and mountain areas, man. And everything else gonna be completely emptied, man. No food. All right, no water. Vineyards, full of ripened fruit that are rotting away. Okay, stores emptied. This is what's coming, man. All right, and people be playing. All right. So going back to 2nd Ezra 15 and 18, it says, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, man. So it's gonna be a lot of infightings, man. Neighbors on neighbors. Again, man, this is what the Lord has said that's gonna take place. So again, I ask you, the viewers, have you not heard what the Lord said, man? Have you not heard? Come on now. 2nd Ezra 16, okay, and 19, it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent. Matter of fact, no, start up. Where do I want to start? Where should I start down? Let's see. Because this is a good chapter too. If you haven't read this chapter, read the whole chapter, man. It's all right. Let me see where I want to start. I'll just start up, man. I'll just get a few verses of this, and then I'll switch gears and talk about some other parts of the message. All right, what the Lord has, said via the prophets, man. Okay, 2nd Ezra 16, and I start at verse. I'll read verse 14. It says, no, Salakia, it's at 14. 19, was it? 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, man. All right, so the Lord is going to send these plagues, man, these pestilence, these plagues, this time of trouble, all right, upon the wicked as a form of judgment, man. But they're not going to get the memo. All right, they're going to continue in their wicked ways. And that's what's going to lead the Lord to doing what? Putting an evil spirit upon these leaders to just hit the button, man. Push the fucking button, man. All right, there's gonna be famines out here. Niggas still gonna go get chipped up. Pestilence, plague. Niggas still gonna be lined up. So hey, fucking destroy all of them. Okay, niggas still gonna be trying to integrate into the beast system so they could continue to be freaks in the metaverse. Fucking nuke it. That's what the Lord gonna eventually say, man. Nuke that shit. Okay. But as for us, we're going to be cool because, on one side of the coin, the Lord, it's the same coin. On one side of the coin, the Lord has said that he's going to bring all this pain and this judgment. But on the other side of the coin, the Lord said that his servants are going to be kept, man. All right, let's go to Psalms 91. Read a few verses of that. Okay. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91. And Verse 3 says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings thou shalt trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So we're going to be completely put out the way, man. Okay, from all forms of trouble that's going to take upon these people. We're going to be kept from it. We're going to be put to the side, reserved. Okay, the scriptures tell us in 2nd Ezra. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra. Okay, chapter 2. Okay, the scriptures tell us that we're going to be merry and have abundance, man. 2nd Ezra 2 and 27. Be not weary, for when the days of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. So we're gonna be in a great position, man. Imagine that all the trouble and chaos coming is not gonna come nigh us. All right, we're gonna be merry and have abundance. The scriptures tell us in Isaiah 65. Let's get that real quick. Haven't brought that out in a minute, right? The scriptures tell us in Isaiah the 65th chapter that what? The servants of the Lord are going to eat, man. Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore saith the Lord Yahweh God, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Who's the ye? The non-believers, man. Okay? Because going back to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, it says that all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay? All right, you're going to die via famine, all right, via pestilence, via plagues, via apparitions, dropping dead, perplexity of heart, all right, via war, okay, and ultimately via the nukes, man. Okay, the Lord is going to make a great example, all right, of those that don't worship him, okay, and he's also going to make an example of those that worship him. The example of us that serve the Lord is going to be the protection aspect. This is a clear example. We always see that, man. In school, we got that. You know, we seen that with growing up in households with parents. We seen that. If you had siblings, if one of your siblings was doing right, they got rewarded in front of everybody. And the one that was doing wrong, got punished. Shit, I know. Growing up with cousins, I would go to my cousin's house during the summer and stuff. And, I was kind of a badass when growing up. Hard-headed, didn't listen. But my aunt, she would be crazy. I'll do some acting shit. And next thing you know, that'll be the day that everybody finna go out to Boomers or some shit like that, which is an amusement park. But I can't go. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the uncomfortable position as a form of punishment. The whole trip while they out there having fun, and I'm there for hours. Okay, and they come back. Everybody got gifts. Everybody crunk. Oh, we gonna go kart. And they look at me like, damn, you still there? Oh shit. And now what? I became the example of not to be an asshole or, a badass. All right. And they were examples of what happens when you obey, man. And it's the same thing with the Lord, man. Okay. So back at Isaiah 65 and 13, it says, therefore saith the Lord Yahweh God, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, But ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirits, man. Okay? So we're going to be okay. All right? We're going to be completely safe in that time. All right? So with that, Lord's will this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rechakodash, the honors of the apostles, the elders, and the bishops, the great millstone salutations to all Akim out there pushing his truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. Shalom.